And
Second
hello,
one.
one.
Whoa.
Hello, one. Hello, all. This is another updated, not updated, a different day than we're used to, but it's show business. It's the threesome. Peter from Bearded Movie Guy. Peter, say hello.
I call the middle.
Damn it. Hello. This is actually the day we used to do it on. Like when we
was it? Yeah, Mondays.
Yeah, we always used to do it Monday because we did the week like right after the weekend. So
yeah, I thought we did Tuesdays for a hot minute too, didn't we?
No, we never did Tuesdays.
Okay.
No.
All right. And Lindsay from My 2 Cents of Nonsense, who's
for
back with us.
2 weeks we did Tuesdays, but
Yeah, I was about to say, don't knock my 2 Tuesdays, man. Like my 2 Tuesdays are like the best thing of this year so far.
Lindsay, say hi.
I howdily doodly.
Yeah. All right. So it's over. It's finally over. There was a new number one. Yeah. Pacific Rim barely did better than what we thought was going to happen last week, which was 25.
Yeah. Wow. We were pretty close. Oh, at least you guys were. You guys were close. You guys.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine. I think it made more than it did. I think it did more than it did last week, didn't it? Didn't it do like 11 or something last week?
No, I think it did like 14.
It kind of held. It held its own.
Yeah. I remember I called it last week where I was like, I said, only Imagine's going to be in the top 4. And you're like, nah. And I'm like, those Christians, man, the word of mouth, like they go see films when they think something's good. And
yeah, man.
Even I didn't think it was going to be in 3rd place. I had to go back and check the video. I was like, did I say 3rd or 4th? And it's like, no, I said 4th. And I'm like, but frick, I got everything else right. And so I just flipped those two.
Lindsay, it sounds like you're looking at the number.
I am looking at the number. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah, how much did it make?
It went from 17 million to 13.
Yeah, that's a good digression.
That's a good second weekend right there.
20% drop. That's like kind of
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at Black Panther too. That's another one. Like, sure, it finally got dethroned, but it's still, I think, like 35% or something like that. It's just it doesn't want to go away quietly.
I'd like to point out I was the only one that called that Tomb Raider would be out of the top 4.
Oh my God!
No one else called that. I was like, yes. It's like as much as I don't want the movie to suck. Apparently, it sucks, and people are not going to see it.
I saw it. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's literally Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
In a very literal sense, it's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah, right. Without the nod. Oh, no, pretty close.
It's another part of the access because now I got the Japanese instead of the Nazis. Or is it Chinese? Did I pull a racist?
Doesn't take place during the war, though. Just to be clear.
No.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
I think it's twist.
Or there's like a bunch of Japanese guys on an island that don't know the war's over, and it's like they're still fighting.
So, hello Patrick and hello Daniel in the chat.
How doodly, folks.
So it's quite clear that Pacific Rim will be the next thing to reign for 5 weeks straight.
Right, totally. Rim is going to dominate.
I'm going to pick Pacific Rim over Avengers Infinity War right now. I'm calling it. Train in the 3.
Did I see weeks? I meant days. Excuse me. 5 days.
Yeah.
Because Ready Player One, I think it's getting a Wednesday night pump.
Yeah, I was going to say I think Wednesday night is when it officially comes out.
Is that official? I know. I have a screening by me at 7 on Wednesday, which means it's getting the Friday treatment on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a Good Friday.
So right.
That whole, Jesus dying thing.
And speaking of which, so last week was a stacked, rather full week, and there's things on this list that are quite surprising. The Paul Apostle of Christ on only 1,473 screens, making $5 million. Unsane kind of disappoints me a little bit because that's a really decent movie. The thing that sticks out to me is Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs. We talked about
1.6 on 27 screens.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's a film that people want to see clearly, and they should just opened it wide, and they would have won.
See, I'm thinking, I'm thinking like if you were to have stats for The Room, because it plays every week still.
Yeah,
its per theater average is probably fucking phenomenal. But I'm thinking the Isle of the Dogs thing is people that want to see it are seeking it out. Like I think when it goes wide, I don't think it's going to do as strongly.
I think it would have. I don't know. I think it would have had a really strong first week. I think after that, it probably would have died off really quickly. But
well, it all depends, doesn't it? I mean, like what like considering what it's going against, like in a wide release. I don't know.
I feel like it would do okay. Like, I mean, it pulled 60,000 per screen. That's pretty
that's
good.
ridiculous
for like just a couple days, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would go see it. Like, I wanted to see it.
I will be.
Would have actually probably gone and saw it.
Yeah. You guys noticed the thing in the title, right? That adorable little stupid thing.
I love dogs.
I love dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Emily noticed that actually. I
can't take sorry. Did I miss what? What's that?
Isle of Dogs. If you say it fast enough, it's I love dogs.
Oh, okay.
It's just totally adorable and dumb, but I love it. It's like when Dark Tower opened at 7:19 everywhere in the globe because 1919 is an important. Yeah, it's adorably dumb.
So Peter, you might know this more than either of us. Although I'm assuming for your sake, Lindsay, I'm sorry. This Paul, Apostle of Christ, and I Can Only Imagine. Is that going to get an uptick next weekend?
No.
Really?
Here's the reason. Next weekend this weekend coming is Good Friday, Easter weekend. Christians generally don't go see movies that weekend.
Okay.
And so, it's a thing, right? Like, so Good Friday, Christians generally don't go see movies because it's the day Jesus died. You go to church in the morning and stuff like that. And then Easter, you don't usually go see a movie. It's kind of like it's the big day of celebration and stuff like that. So you have the Saturday, and like as far as I know, we will be going to see Ready Player One on the Saturday because like we're a movie family. But a lot of quote unquote Christians would probably that weekend's going to be like a weekend where they don't do things like that. So movies like I Only Imagine and Apostle Paul, even though those are movies that would play for that, aren't gonna have a huge uptake. They're gonna be like their Apostle Paul. Like I think it probably this week would have been the week if they'd put it on more screens. It probably would have done better. And I can only imagine everyone who probably wants to see that movie desperately has probably seen it at this point.
Lindsay, hold that thought for a second. Lindsay, can you bring up Tomb Raiders International, please? Thank you.
I can. And fun facts about I Can Only Imagine.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Distributor is Roadside Attractions,
which is Kevin Smith, isn't it?
Is it?
I thought Roadside Attractions was Kevin Smith.
No, but they did do Manchester by the Sea. That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds like Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, they sold that to Amazon. They literally
wow. Actually, they do a lot of really big movies. The Joneses, The Wall. Wow.
Wait. That might be pseudo Chinese funded.
Probably.
The Wall?
Because isn't that what
The Wall was completely Chinese funded.
No, not the Great Wall. The Wall.
Oh, okay. The Wall, the one where the two soldiers are trapped behind it?
Yeah.
That one?
Oh. I'm thinking of Matt Damon.
Yeah, so was I. I was thinking that was Chinese funded. That was like legit Chinese funded.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello, Shonicle.
But Tomb Raider international numbers. That's what you asked me for, right?
Yeah, because it's not going to make its budget back here in the States.
No,
that's quite clear.
It's not. Lead Balloon. It dropped hard,
and it didn't. It didn't debut to a phenomenal amount.
Here's the thing, right? Alicia Vikander. I think she's a very good actress. She's not the star power that Angelina Jolie was when. Angelina Jolie was kind of coming into her own as a star when she signed on to do Tomb Raider. So like people kind of knew who she was. The general audience out there doesn't know who Alicia Vikander is yet. Like they haven't clued into her yet as a main actress because it's like you go ask 100 people, it's like, oh, what did you think of her in Ex Machina? They're going to be, sorry, what?
Yeah, well, how well did Resident Evil do? Because Mila Jovovich, however you want to pronounce it, I don't think she was that strong a name when Resident Evil came out.
No, she was. Didn't she do Fifth Element?
She was big because of things like Fifth Element, and then there's The Messenger, and a couple of other little movies. But
no, Fifth Element gave her that.
Yeah. Are you guys ready to hear the craziest fucking thing you've ever heard in your entire life?
It better be the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
You are not ready. Actually, I want you to just take a guess. Take a guess at how Tomb Raider is doing in China right now. And I'm being serious here. This is the actual weirdest thing you will ever hear.
It annihilated. It annihilated to like 50 plus, right? Didn't it do over 50 this weekend?
It did great. 60?
No. It opened to 40 million in China.
Okay.
Actually, when did it open? It opened on the 18th. So that was
2 weeks ago now.
So that was last week.
Mm-hmm.
It fell. It made 40 million its opening weekend. It's currently sitting at 41 million.
Whoa.
That means it made 98% of the money so it's been open for 10 days. Here's the actual date, 16th. And on the 16th, it made $40 million. Then over this last weekend,
on that one day.
No, over that weekend.
Oh, okay. I was like,
wow. And then it's made how much since then?
About $1 million.
1 million. So apparently, word of mouth in China happens the same as it happens here.
That could be a communication thing where they're not getting their numbers in.
Possibly, but that's still.
No, wait. China, they recycle pretty quickly too.
Oh, do they?
Because they're only allowed to have a certain amount of American movies.
They're allowed 38 American movies.
Right.
Actually,
so like, all right, here's 2 minutes, done.
It's 30. Well, yeah, it is and it isn't, because that's 38 over the whole year, right? So it's like they do space them out to a degree, but I don't know. It's like with them, like, yeah, they're allowed 38. That's international movies, so not just Americans. So like, if it was a British film, or like, it's like they're basically allowed 38 from outside of China.
Well, here's something else that's interesting. Looking at the numbers from other countries as well. Like here's a good example. Bulgaria. It also opened on the 16th, and that I know, random country, but it made 144,000 that weekend. It has made 157,000 total.
Yeah, so it dropped
9,000. And it's not the only country either.
Well, Germany, wait a minute. Has it even made 40 million in the States yet?
No. 41.
So literally,
so it's tied.
For the length of time it's been out, it's made the exact same in China and
in one weekend.
And pretty much in America, but it took 2 weekends to do it in America, where it took mostly 1 weekend to do it in China. So apparently, like, I don't know. Again, I'd be willing to watch the movie.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's a 3-star ho hum yawn. Oh, it must be March movie. 2 stars, excuse me, 2 stars, 2.5 stars. It's fine. It's probably the best video game movie too, which is quite unfortunate.
Mortal Kombat is the best video game movie. Mortal Kombat is still entertaining. Freaking 10 years plus later.
No, Mortal Kombat's good. Yeah.
It's like, seriously, it's shockingly still good. Even with the bad, like, CGI and everything, it's still better.
Well, the bad CGI is part of the reason it's so good. Like, Goro is adorably terrible.
Yeah. Goro getting punched in the balls, and
Chameleon.
Still, yeah.
Mary Whiteside says, I saw Unsane and really liked it. I could have done without the whole film on an iPhone thing, but the movie was solid. What's up, guys? What's up, Tiger Man? What's up, Jeff Floyd?
How many people are watching us?
We're popular.
We're at 7 right now. Seven watching, and about 4 or 5 interactivity.
7 people going, wow, CP is great. Who the frick is the guy with the beard again?
It's Peter, dude.
Where's that long black thing in Lindsay's hand? Please tell me that's Harry Potter wand.
Now we're up to 8.
Big joke. Got another follower.
Yeah, did anybody else see Unsane?
No,
I want to. I've heard very, very, very good things, and
Yeah,
I love gimmicks like that made on the iPhone. That's adorable. Like,
yeah.
I'm down.
See, my thing about that is that you could watch that at home. I
Yeah.
don't. There's. I mean, we were in the theater, and every now and again they'll do a scope movie where they'll pull the curtains wider, so you have that 70 millimeter thing. Here we had the regular, 16:9, and even the sides were cut off on that. We're just like, man, am I watching somebody projecting their TV screen? There's nothing cinematic about the movie. It's really
interesting.
The gimmick is like why is Soderbergh?
Because I've seen Tangerine.
And Tangerine, it fits. It kind of works. It doesn't look so.
It looked fine.
Right.
But again, I saw it on like a screen, like a computer screen, so like not very big. Like it was
yeah.
But it seemed fine for there. But I don't know about watching it on a big screen.
Well, right. The thing about Unsane is, I think he's doing stuff with the cinematography to influence the emotion, because there's this like trapped, anxious feel to what's going on, and I think they're trying to project that with the imagery and how certain shots and scenes look, which, I mean, cool. Clockwork Orange does something similar, but it's not so ridiculous looking.
Interesting.
But that's my 2 cents, and I'm glad that you.
Hey, it's my line.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say it was a nonsense.
He didn't say nonsense. He just said 2 cents.
No, I've got the whole copyright. That's $10.
That's my $5 of thoughts.
$5 of thoughts.
Daniel asks if anybody's seen Bomb City yet. It's a really good film from 2017.
I've seen the trailer for it.
Bomb City.
I saw the trailer a couple times. It looks interesting. I'll probably see it 4 years from now. Like it's not something like
who's in
that.
It?
Nobody that you know.
Cool.
It's
just
as far as I remember, like nobody that you'd know. It's all like young actors and stuff.
Oh, so it's another Tomb Raider.
Yeah. No, because Tomb Raider had Walter Goggins in it, which
Walton
Goggins. Sorry, Walton Goggins. I say it wrong every time, and I love that guy. Like that guy.
I like the father too.
I freaking McNulty.
What's his name?
Dominic. No.
Yeah, Dominic something. Yeah, he's in 28 Days. He's in The Wire.
See Dominic.
Dominic Toretto.
What's it?
Dominic Toretto.
No, not Dominic
Toretto.
That's Fast and Furious.
Dominic
West, 1/4 mile at a time. Dominic West, yes.
Yeah. Dominic West, yeah. Yeah, he's good. Like he's a good actor. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Like really, like he's in Centurion with Fassbender. Like I don't know. Like he's a really good actor. But I don't know. Tomb Raider.
I agree. There's no holy shit, let's hang a franchise on this actress here.
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe they gambled that the namesake of the video game would have carried it, which
I probably like Tomb Raider.
She's kind of like
she is, but like she's just not a mainstream star yet.
Well, right. Like, I was just gonna say, does that matter to Joe video game player?
No,
I don't think.
Yeah.
No.
It's a shame because it stays pretty true to the remake game that they released 3 or 4 years ago, and it's pretty paint by numbers as far as that stuff is concerned.
So here's the thing that's really sad for most video game people.
Well, go ahead.
The fact that this bombed means you're never going to get an Uncharted.
Forget it.
And like I've never even played Uncharted, but I know everyone that has loved it and is like, we need a movie, and it was originally supposed to be Nathan Fillion, who was supposed to, and that fell through, and they're like Mark Wahlberg, and that they're never going to get that movie made now. Like if a attractive young woman playing a game that most people know, but like Tomb Raider, like most people know that game even if they haven't played it.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You're never getting on it's never happening.
Well, guys, give me an actress under age 30 that you could hang 3-4 movies on, and can carry a movie franchise.
That's an action thing like that.
Well, what do we know of Alicia Vikander before this? She was in Danish Girl. She was in Ex Machina.
Light Between Oceans.
Yeah, nothing actiony. Nothing really rah actiony.
I mean, I would a couple years ago I would have said Jennifer Lawrence, but I think she's burned up a lot of her.
She's franchised now.
Yeah, sure. I think
she's done, and like not done acting, but she's done. I don't think she wants to, like be responsible for franchises right now. Like,
yeah, she wouldn't accept it yet, or give it a couple of years. Maybe Shailene Woodley. Maybe now that Divergent's over, she'd be like,
I don't know. The girl that plays Jessica Jones.
Kristen Ritter.
I don't know if she's under 30, but
I think she's on the other side, but you could probably buy her as under 30.
She's a solid actress, at least, and like.
But you know what? You can't sell.
She's not a star either.
For the same reason you can't. Sell the candor on Tomb Raider. You can't sell the chick that plays Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
and I don't know if people know her.
No, I don't. There is no young actress at least that I can think of.
Oh, Cody's in the chat. Cody says Karen Gillan.
How old was Tessa Thomas?
Tessa Thompson?
Tessa Thompson, yeah.
She's got to be young-ish.
34. Okay.
Ooh, Daniel Hammond says Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she's already. She's over. Isn't she over 30?
Oh, is she? She's close enough.
No, she's 27. She's 27.
She's Harley Quinn already, so it's like she's already been taken.
I don't know, man. If you couldn't get butts in the seats on Margot Robbie.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Saoirse Ronan. I bet she could.
Yeah, I was thinking Saoirse Ronan, but
is she big enough?
She's too young, I think, for people to care about in that way.
Who's Karen Gillan?
You're either too old. Oculus, Guardians of the Galaxy, Jumanji.
That's there. What's her name? Again, I don't know if she's might be over 30. The girl from Guardians of the Galaxy, the lady from Guardians of the Galaxy. My brain just left. Gamora.
What's her face from Star Trek?
Yeah,
I think haven't they tried to do something with her and it didn't really work out?
They did Columbiana, but that wasn't a good movie. Like you need to give them a good movie to anchor themselves in. She's been around and she did Losers, which I thought she was really
Zoe
good.
Saldana. Thank you.
Zoe Saldana. Thank you. Yeah, my brain just went away. But no, if you're saying who are you going to hang an action franchise on, I'd totally hang one on her. I think she's proved she's got between Star Trek and Guardians of the Galaxy, she can hang with whoever you're going to put with her. And
Daniel Hammond says Scarlett Johansson. I don't know.
She's too old.
Too old? Is she even 30?
She's too old. She's not under 30.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is the under 30 thing really that important? I mean,
I was just thinking as a studio head. Listen, we need 4 of these movies. We're gonna
when Angelina Jolie signed on for Tomb Raider, she signed a contract that said she would not get pregnant.
Wow.
Like she literally, it was in her contract that she was not allowed to get pregnant and she signed on for 3 movies. They never made a third one because the second one didn't make enough money. Yes, but she signed on for 3 movies, and during those 3 movies, she was not allowed to get pregnant. That's one of the reasons apparently she started adopting kids because she was like, I can't get pregnant, so I'm gonna I want to be a mom, so I'm gonna adopt kids first and stuff. But so that was built into the thing because it's different with men. Like it is the chance that you're gonna build a franchise around someone, and then you'll be like, and we're gonna do this movie, and then she's like, sorry, can't do it. Gonna be pregnant, and then they got to look after the kid for half a year, and then I'll come film your movie.
See, another thing about the director of Tomb Raider is that he's European, hasn't done anything in America, I don't think.
No, really?
Yeah, he's got a Norwegian sounding name, I want to say. And when I was looking at his history a couple of days ago, he's got no American cinema history.
He did The Wave.
Okay.
Oh,
is that American?
No, I was really drunk when I watched that, but that was really good.
It's on my list to watch. It's in my queue at Netflix. It's the one with the Iceland or whatever like that, or.
And by the way, this guy has the best name ever.
Please read it.
Roar Uthog. Roar Uthog.
R-O-A-R, roar.
Yeah. Literally, I'm probably butchering his last name, but he sounds like a character in Skyrim. I love it. Roar Uthon, Dragonborn. Yeah, that's gonna be my next D&D character. Is gonna be named Roar Uthon.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, I'm not familiar with The Wave. Daniel's saying The Wave was good. You're saying The Wave was good.
It looks good. I've never seen it. It's on my list.
I was drunk. I don't remember much, but I remember thinking this is much better than I thought it was going to be. Like,
is it action-y?
No, it's like a disaster type thing.
It's all about a wave, like a tsunami wave coming into a small town in like Iceland or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Or Norway, or I think it's
Norwegian.
Iceland.
Sure.
Yeah.
Norwegian way.
Yeah.
Scandinavia.
Right next to Grace.
So it just seems like it's a perfect storm of not enough recognition. I want to say.
Yeah. Although I don't know if you put you can put Spielberg in front of a movie and it still not do great. Like look at the BFG.
I don't know. So listen, that's a perfect segue, Peter. Pacific Rim isn't long for this world as far as first place is concerned.
No, it is not.
Ready Player One.
With a Wednesday open too. Holy shit!
I don't know. Even if it's a failure, it's still going to dominate this weekend, right? I mean, on nostalgia alone.
Yeah, there's going to be thank God most people don't read books, because then most people are going to really enjoy it. Yeah.
Right. Is that better or worse?
No, I think it's one of those things, right? Like I'm worried about it, and I'm having trouble with it because I've read the book and I like the book so much. Like,
see, I've listened to the book, and there's one clip where they show like a bunch of DeLoreans,
the car
jumping into
straight up. If you know how they get the first key in the book, where he solves the cave and plays joust. That's not it. There's this giant race that they have to do for the key. And he figures out the best way to do the race, and that's how he gets the key. And so it's like apparently like every key is changed. It's like nothing similar to the book. So it's like at what point do you stop saying it's the same thing and just be like inspired by Ready Player One? It's like.
Well, they really couldn't do the things in the movie that were in the book. Like,
they could do
as much as I loved Zork being the second key, because I love Zork. Yeah. If they did Zork in this movie, 98% of your audience would be staring at the screen thinking, "What the fuck is Zork?" Oh, yeah. Like, in terms of D&D, like I love D&D. I just started playing again recently, but even I didn't really know what the Tomb of Horrors was until Ready Player One.
Yeah.
So it's like. Yeah, like the obscurity of the references are what made the book big, but when you're translating that to film,
I think it would have made a much better Netflix show. Just give it 10 episodes, or give it 3 seasons, like 1 per each key and all that stuff. It would have been fine, but like they've taken it and been like, oh, this is a great concept, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of properties. The keys don't work. Okay, so we'll do a giant race because that'll be cinematic, and like. So it's just like I get it. Like I'm sure. Like I've seen interviews with Ernest Cline, the guy who wrote the book. He's just like, yeah, it's so great, all the changes that we made. And I'm like, part of me has to think that part of him inside is just like, yeah. And Steven Spielberg told me I had to change it, and I was like, what am I going to say? I'm Steven Spielberg. And I was like, E.T.
Dude, writers and filmmakers normally don't have eye to eye. I mean, shit, ask Stephen King about The Shining. It's just like...
Yeah, he hates it. It's like, most people are like, it's one of the best horror movies ever. And it's like, he's like, I hate it.
I prefer the 1997 version. We're like, yeah. Go ahead and have that, Stephen. We're going to take Kubrick.
We'll take Kubrick.
So I don't know. Another thing like that you need to change. And like, no matter what, they needed to change this, is the whole third act. Oh, by the way, I'm a hacker god, and I gave myself a job and a place to live, and I have the ability to hack into that bad guy's company and literally do anything I want.
He doesn't do that, does he?
He does a lot.
No, he goes undercover and goes behind the scenes, and that was going to be epic. That was what I was looking forward to the most, where he like sneaks into the company and like
But he
basically goes behind their firewall. Like that would have been espionage type cinematic stuff. That's Spielberg would have been fine for that, but
it's like it suddenly just like changes genres for a minute, and the fact that he can pull all this off is like, why didn't he just do this earlier? If he's this good at hacking and infiltrating and gathering information,
he had to get into their actual system though, so he had to like
but he had to get pretty easily.
No, all you had to get captured and create a whole secondary ID. Anyways, we're getting past the book.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's you know, it is a segue, but it's like that whole part of the book felt like ex machina upon like, and it's just like that wasn't the strongest part, and that's a huge moment. Like that's like at least 2 chapters.
Yeah,
and there's no way they could ever change that cinematically. I don't think, not in a satisfying way. I could be wrong. But
I thought that part was going to be interesting, but I don't think that part happens at all. Like from what like this is what it looks like for me, and like everything happens in his van for the most part. Which, if you know the books, he's not in his van for very long before he moves and gets an apartment and all this stuff. They're doing all of this stuff in the van because they even show in the trailer the fact that
wasn't that H's van?
No, the van he lived in were like
down by the river.
Like, sorry. Yeah, down by the river. No, like the van that was hidden under a pile of cars, where he like would power like when he was poor, he'd power his suit up and stuff by exercise bike and all this stuff. They're doing all of it in his van. So like the part where they go to Oggs at the end, that's completely out of the thing. So
you mean the computer cafe?
Yeah, all of that's gone. Like everything's like it's all in his van because I've seen in the trailer they have them all standing in his van, and it's just like, okay, so they've changed everything for where it's going. I don't know, but anyways, let's get off of the book because we're about movies here.
Well, yeah. So there's this filmmaker that's behind this movie that he's done a couple of things that have been all right as far as action is concerned.
I don't know.
Are we writing off Mr. Spielberg? Or
I don't know if he has a future in this business.
Well, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Dude, The Post was good. The Post was
The Post is not Ready Player One. It's not.
Yeah,
but it's a good movie. So
I am not writing off Spielberg at all. This is his wheelhouse. Like this is him going back to the glory days, basically. Like
when was the last time? I was just gonna say, when was the last time we saw something like this from Spielberg?
No, the War of the Worlds.
I didn't like War of the Worlds.
But it was big scale action.
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
Yeah, but that's this. I don't know. The most where he's had to create and stretch his filmmaking. I think the last time he had to do that this hard was probably Jurassic Park, where like they're like, doing the it's like. A lot of his earlier stuff did like Jaws and E.T. and all that kind of stuff. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, dude, I saw that again not long ago. God,
I saw it.
Yeah,
we saw it in theaters. I took my daughters and wife to see it in theaters and stuff. Oh, frick! Like the story isn't the best, but the visuals are freaking insane. When my daughter's like, "Wow, the CGI is really good," I said, "There was no CGI in this." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "There was no computers in this freaking movie." It's like,
Well, yeah. It's so Ready Player One's probably mostly CGI, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of CGI. It's super heavy CGI.
Wait, you guys know that shot in like an actual video game, right? Like that's actually the Oasis.
Well, I mean, it
probably would have been cheaper to do that. It's like.
Yeah.
To build an actual Oasis.
And then they could have sold that as part of the movie promotion. And get your goggles with 3D goggles, Oasis goggles. Upgrade.
I'll see this one in 3D. I don't usually, but I'll see Ready Player One in 3D.
I will try to avoid it in 3D because I try to avoid everything in 3D.
I did see Pacific Rim in 3D, and it had been a long time since I'd seen something, but I liked it. It looked good.
If our videos in 3D, your cane would be.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, wow,
that's why I did that right there.
Whoa, look out, Lindsay.
Sidebar, poke your eye out.
Sidebar, what's the best movie you've ever seen in 3D?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, actually, no, I know the answer to this. The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens?
That shot in the forest at the end with the snow and the woods. Like, there was so much, like, just weird depth. Like, I saw it at the Chinese theater here in LA. So it was a big, huge IMAX screen in 3D. It was one of the most breathtaking things I've seen in a movie. Like, it was
yeah.
I'm not the biggest Force Awakens fan.
Wasn't Sucker Punch in 3D?
I don't think it was, actually.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was. That's a good point, though.
I seem to remember something that in that time frame that
I've never seen it
after
available.
Avatar.
I don't think I've ever seen it available for
it was
purchase
dark.
in 3D.
It was. There's something that I'm thinking of that's gray and just kind of. But it was incredible in 3D, and I don't remember. I want to say it was Sucker Punch, but maybe it wasn't.
It wasn't. Sucker Punch was not 3D.
No. Okay,
yeah, I didn't think it was.
No. It was too dark. If they had 3D-tized that, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah. So I don't know. Avatar, is that like the cheap answer?
It is the cheap answer, but it's still a legit answer. Like, it's a pretty impressive 3D movie. I'll tell you the best movie I've ever seen in 3D was, surprisingly and sadly, Harold and Kumar's Christmas movie. I don't know what it's called. I can't even remember, but
a very Harold and Kumar Christmas or something.
Yeah, or something like that. Its use of 3D is fantastic because it makes fun of 3D.
By that logic, I'll say Jackass 3 too.
Oh, Dread! Yeah. What is wrong with us?
Oh, yeah, see, I never saw it in 3D.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
I was thinking Dread would be amazing to see in 3D. I've never
the drug scene and when the dude falls
well, it's
off
so
the top.
Because it's like that's the one movie where slow motion makes sense because it's the drugs. So it's like, because all these movies where they use slow motion for effect, it's like, no, it's a literal thing in the movie. They made it a plot point, so it makes sense, you know.
Well, The Matrix too, and that's the other movie where it really works. You know, again, it's like a practical thing. It's
written by the guy who directed Annihilation. Just saying.
Oh, it was. You're right. Good old Alex Garland. Yeah.
Good old.
The Matrix?
No, he wrote Dread.
Oh, he wrote, yeah. But yeah, Harold and Kumar, they do stuff like it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Like, dude, the opening credits of Jackass 3 are like shooting things up the.
He's like, why are you pointing at me like that? And then it's like me and my friend once saw it, and there's a thing where he's driving the car and he hits the pylons, and they go flying at the screen, and my buddy went. And I literally looked over. I'm like, "Did you just move your head?" And he's like, "Yes, I did. Shut up." It's like, I was just like, but it's like the best use of 3D I've ever seen in a movie. I was like, that was phenomenal 3D in a Harold and Kumar movie. That's sad, but at the same time, it's like, it's just I'm not a fan of 3D. I try to avoid it at all costs. I had to see A Wrinkle in Time in 3D. That was an extra like $15. So I don't bring it back.
So something that's not really immediate as far as our show is concerned, but they just had test audiences for Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
And word was it wasn't too phenomenal.
They canceled the Deadpool series they were developing.
Oh my god!
Were they actually developing a Deadpool series?
I mean, I don't know if it was like a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool series. Like, it might have been an anime thing. Honestly, I just saw the Screen Junkies put out a video on it. Like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, there was a Deadpool TV series in development, and they canceled it.
That wouldn't have been good, anyways. So
I'm not saying it would have.
Once again, a theater full of people decides the fate of.
If they mess with that film, one frame of that film because of a test audience, Ryan Reynolds is going to talk about that crap. It's like he will not be quiet about it.
Well, they'll add a scene into the movie and make fun of it.
Yeah.
Did you hear
in the test audience? Shut up.
Did you hear the Star Wars thing?
No.
Oh no.
So it's very okay. So remember last year there was someone that came out and said, "Oh, Wonder Woman's a horrible mess. It's terrible." But then we all saw it and it was incredible.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to that. It's saying that Han Solo is a mess. The guy playing Han Solo is really not very good.
Mm-hmm.
And like apparently, I mean, again, that's who knows. Right. Like I thought it was interesting in retrospect, that Wonder Woman thing, because like how hard people are being on the third act. Maybe that's what he was referencing as being a mess. So maybe there's more merit to that than we initially thought, or maybe it was just some jackass trying to tank the movie. Who knows? But yeah, and it's more online rumors about Solo.
Yeah. So as gung ho as I've been with Disney Star Wars, Solo just doesn't jump at me.
It doesn't do a thing for me.
And again, this could be internet rumors, but it could be completely unfounded. This could be some guy just bullshitting. I'm not saying take what I'm saying as gospel, but I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what, I will not be rushing out to see Solo until I hear several people say it's good, and Lee has to see it at least 6 times to get a real. I need a real opinion of his, so he has like 6 times.
Lee flip flop.
Because like he'll see it and be like, it's awful, and then he'll see it again and be like, I was wrong, it was great, and then he'll see it again and be like, no, I was right the first time.
I'm trying to remember what he said. There was something that he saw recently, and
like Black Panther, he did that with. Like he's like, that weak Marvel movie, and then he's like, it's great. I'm like,
I'm not sure if it was that one. There was one that he saw it like one day, and he was like, oh, the script seemed forced. And then a couple of days later, he was like, oh, I changed my mind. It's incredible. And I'm like, oh, wait, did they change the script in the 2 days?
They did, actually. Surprise. That's the twist.
Completely. If they heard him, he was a test audience.
Oh, my God, Drum Dums doesn't like it. Quick.
So make it better in an ice cream truck. I love you, Lee.
One thing that he stands pat to.
He's not listening to this. It doesn't matter.
No, yeah.
So here's another interesting question in regards to Star Wars. So even if it's bad, like really bad,
ripple effect.
No, I mean like, will people admit it? Will it still do well? Will it just stir up online controversy?
Dude, Last Jedi, you would think is episode 1. You would think episode 1 is Last Jedi, and vice versa.
Yeah. True, but then like go back to Rogue One though, and like I'll quote the Schmo Gang as saying, I hated the music. I didn't like any of the characters. The ending was weak. The story was just not engaging, but I loved it. 8 out of 10.
That's what they said about Rogue One?
Yeah, that's an exact quote. Or maybe not. Maybe the complaints aren't exactly on, but like they said, I didn't like all of these things that should mean that this is a bad movie, but it's an 8 out of 10. I loved it.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
I can tell you,
but
it's like
Star Wars. One.
Yeah,
it's Star Wars though, and it has that ability to transcend what, you know what I mean? Like Last Jedi was not that bad, but people made it that bad in there.
Great.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love the internet because it's just so strange how Force Awakens was too samey, but Last Jedi is not Star Wars. It's just like,
it's not. Well, pick up that's not my Star Wars.
There's not a lightsaber in it. There's a lightsaber. It's not Star Wars.
My favorite thing I saw was that like Star Wars 10, and then it's like the choose your own adventure ending, where it's like the blank of the blank, and you fill in the blanks, and it can be whatever you want it to be. It's like,
all right, so if Deadpool from a test audience is shaking them on a television series, what if Solo does under
it's
300 million?
If Solo underperforms
US,
the only thing it will do is it may give them pause about the spin-off movies. So like they wanted to do a Boba Fett movie, they want to do a Yoda movie, they want to do this, they want to do that. Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, all that kind of stuff. It may give them pause and retool. Like it may not cancel stuff, but it may be like, okay, we're gonna retool and kind of look at it and stuff. It won't affect the big tentpole ones that are part of the trilogies, because they're doing those regardless anyway. Like, those are set. They're going. Nothing can stop them. But it may give them it's like, oh, we were gonna do a Yoda movie. And the Solo movie didn't make it. Yeah, I'm like, why do we need a Yoda movie? I love Yoda, but we do not need a Yoda movie. It's like, but it's like they've been talking about Boba Fett movie, Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. It's like all that stuff. It will give them pause on that, And what it would mostly do, I think, is be like, it's not going to stop them. It's going to go, okay, guess what? You better retool your budget because we're not going to give you $200 million now to make that movie. We're going to give you $100 million. Figure out what to do to make it a $100 like 100.
See, that's what pisses me off about Deadpool is Deadpool. They, Ryan Reynolds and the director, they got together and they said, let's do this as tightly as we can.
Yeah. And
Fox cashed in on it and went all over the bank. And now suddenly they're doing the studio thing again. It's just like, guys, just let it play out. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Just give them the money. They'll make it back. What happened to Lindsay's face?
Oh, this is the Yoda movie. Yoda's a tadpole. Yoda.
Good one. Very good one, Lindsay.
I went very far for that one. I'm glad I got an actual laugh.
You went super prequel. This is the midichlorian that became Yoda.
That's a Patton Oswalt joke where he says Lucas ruined the prequels by showing everybody as kids. Like, do you like ice cream? Okay, well, here's some salt and milk.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I know. Hashtag we run this. John Steele in the house. Yeah. So.
That's my take. It'll give them pause, but it's not going to stop the Disney train of Star Wars. It'll just for the solo missions. It would go.
But why do they? Why do they seem to do this for some things but not others? Like DC for all you want to shit on Warner, they tweak, but they don't like completely run away from the ship. This thing, like,
Suicide Squad.
All right, yeah, I guess right. They well, I mean, that's reshoots, right? Does that count?
I mean,
Disney did that with Rogue One.
DC, yeah, they do reshoots all the time, but
it's just strange that I don't know if there's any correlation, but the fact that there's this Deadpool series that's now scrapped, rather ominously timed, if I do say so, after the test audience kind of shits on Deadpool 2. It's like,
you know what? When Deadpool 2 comes out and makes $1 gazillion, all of a sudden that cartoon will be back on the table if they want it to be. Like,
it's just strange.
It's 10-1. The cartoon being canceled had nothing to do with the test audience. That was like,
could it just because of the merger? Like maybe FX, like, hey, Disney doesn't want us to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney. I have a feeling Disney's, as much as they want to cash in on it, they're probably going to limit Deadpool.
Well, I mean,
like keep them separate from everything.
Do you think that New Mutants getting pushed back and dropped from R? Do you think that has something to do with it? Because they're all tied. They're all Disney now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they are. They're not. Like, it's not officially gone through yet. Officially,
if there was one thing that Fox was figuring out, was doing superheroes R-rated, and it was as much as I can't stand superheroes right now. It's just like, a breath of fresh air. Look.
Yeah.
Somebody who died said, "Fuck." That's so not a comic book thing.
Yeah. No, it's because Disney's got its whole game plan for Marvel stuff, and like I don't think they have any clue what to do with Deadpool, and thank God Logan got made when it did, because I don't think that would have been under the Disney banner. Not that way, at least. Like, it would have been a very even if it was rated R, it would be still a toned down rated R compared to what we got.
Daniel Hammond, good point. He just rewatched Dark Knight the other day, and it made me realize that it still holds its place as the greatest comic book movie of all time. The only thing that comes close is Logan. Yeah, what do we take that for granted? Because it seems like you can talk about the Avengers all you want, but they're still not the Dark Knight as far as I'm
they're still not the Dark Knight. It's like the Dark Knight is so far above everything Marvel's ever made. It's like they're not even here's the thing. It's not even in the same category. It's like talking about fun films or talking about fun movies and then talking about film. It's like like that sounds pretentious, but that's kind of what it is. It's just like, one is, this is good times. This is freaking cinema.
It's like you said. It's cinema. It's a movie. It's reality based. There's nothing too chaotic going on in those movies, and you get the gist that, with maybe the exception of Scarecrow, which teeters, but otherwise anything else is kind of grounded.
Even so it didn't bother me at all because, like, you know,
and that was Batman Begins for the most part too.
Yeah, I mean, he has a little cameo in The Dark Knight, but he was, yeah. I still hold Watchmen actually as not necessarily the best, but like up there.
It's in the Watchmen would be in my top 5 comic book movies like of all time.
Like, I know it didn't get some things right, and it really kind of fucked up and missed the point on other things, but I still like it. Yeah.
It definitely got the blue dick right. There's a lot of that.
They got all that blue dick. They got all up in that blue dick, and we're just like, oh, give me this blue dick. I want more. Can you imagine being the animator? It's like, oh God, honey, I gotta go off to work and animate me some blue dick. I'll see you at 6.
Had a rough day at work. 8 hours of dick animation.
This is the scene where there's 3 of them. So now he's a menage a trois unto himself.
He walked a little bit faster in this scene, so I had to make the balls jig a little bit faster.
Yeah, I do
menage a trois.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's just, Watchmen. I think like it's a fairly the thing that gets changed at the end of Watchmen, I actually think makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like storytelling wise, as much as I love Alan Moore, like his giant creature at the end of Watchmen doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like, what? And what? I don't understand. It's like, okay.
If you think about it from the point of view of like Watchmen's like the superheroes were real, we'd all be fucked. Like it's the perfect embodiment of that.
Yeah.
But like that's a long way to go in a movie that's already 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been down, and also like there's an interesting argument. Like in Watchmen, the comic, there's not a drop of blood really anywhere until the scene where everyone's dead in New York.
Yeah.
But in the Watchmen movie, there's blood everywhere except for that's an interesting. I wondered if Snyder did that intentionally, or is that an accident, or what that was. But
Zack Snyder.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You never know what the good stuff he does is accident or purpose sometimes.
Yep. It's true.
Somebody says Triple J video says Spider-Man 2.
Oh, Spider-Man 2 is very good. Yeah.
That's a pretty solid movie.
Yeah.
It had one of the premier superhero fights for the longest time. Like on the side of the building, you know, Spider-Man making quirky puns, saving Aunt May, you know, it's like that scene was great.
They're kind of at the opposite ends of the spectrum though, too. Like I think Spider-Man 2 is the best representation of comic, like page to screen, as far as movies are concerned, and Dark Knight is the best movie that happens to be based on a comic. Right.
Yeah.
So they're different ends of the spectrum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, if we're talking just straight up comic book movie, not superhero movie, the literal best translation of a comic to a movie is Sin City. There's like literally you can't get more cinematic than that to that is that. They're the same thing. You made this.
You're watching the storyboard,
and it worked, and it literally worked. Not so much the second time around, but it worked the first time. It's like, So, I don't know.
Yeah, Batman '89, Superman. Some good things here in the list here, in the chat. Excuse me. Even the worst sequels, Christopher. Indie Phantom says in the worst sequels, Christopher Reeve is amazing. Superman 2 is one of the most entertaining. Yes, Zod, one of the better villains in that.
So he would never kill Zod except when he killed Zod. Superman 2. I can't believe Superman killed Zod. Yeah, in Superman 2 years ago. It's like
it was ambiguous. It was, you don't know for sure.
Actually, there's apparently a deleted scene where it has him flying the 3 of them off to somewhere in prison. But it's like but it's like, no, legit, he killed the 3 of them. They're dead. It's like, Superman kills people occasionally. You know, it's like, same as like Batman doesn't kill people. And it's like, because in the comics, he generally doesn't. And it's like, watch the Tim Burton movies. He kills a bunch of people. It's like straight up, like there's a clown that he puts a bomb on the clown's chest and then smiles at him. And then freaking the guy blows up. He dead. It's like Batman killed people. It's, in the first one, he drives into a building with his car, drops a bomb with a whole bunch of guys there, and then it blows up and the car drives out and he's not in the car. It's like Batman kills people. Clearly, he had no problem doing that. It's like, but people forgave it in the Tim Burton movies. People don't want to forgive it in the Snyder movies. We were like, well, Batman doesn't kill people. Really?
Then the Batman Begins. How many cop cars does he flip and crush and ram and destroy and jump on? Like, and nobody died.
Nobody died in that one, though. Yeah.
That's just, we shouldn't even be angry. We should just be happy that nobody died at all.
Nobody died. Yeah.
Like,
how's everybody feeling about the upcoming Krypton show?
Not going to watch it.
Don't even.
I'm not interested one freaking bit.
Maybe if I hear it's good, I'll check it out, but I am so apathetic towards it.
Which is a shame because television appears to have a better reputation lately.
It does, especially for DC. Like you know, it's like. But I'll be honest. Like I watched Arrow from the beginning. Like from when it came out, I was stoked about it and stuff. I gave up on that this season. Like midway through, I just was like, I can't do this anymore. Was watching Flash. Like Flash, missed a bunch of episodes and just haven't caught up yet. Plan to probably do that, but like will continue with that one. Legends of Tomorrow, I watched like 2 seasons and then was like, I just don't care anymore. And Supergirl, I never watched. And my daughter loved it. Gave up this season after like 2 episodes. She just went, I don't care anymore. It's not, you know. So I like DC seems to be doing TV a lot better than Marvel. But I think at the same time
on network television, you mean?
On network television, yeah.
Yeah. Even the Marvel stuff, the Netflix stuff isn't that good anymore. I mean, Punisher was good, but kind of forgettable. Jessica Jones season 2 was meh. I'm
midway through it. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not like, this is so amazing. It's more like,
how far have you gotten? Just out of curiosity.
I'm literally was watching it right before I came here. Her cancer. Spoiler.
Okay.
It's the thing with the lady who has the cancer and she's just woken up after 5 years in a coma.
Gotcha.
And that's where okay. And she's asking questions about her family. You know, that's where I'm. But it's fine. It's entertaining. It's not blowing me away by any stretch. Yeah. It's it's like the Punisher I thought was pretty good. But yeah, like you said, not super memorable. Like
How do you guys feel about Agent Carter? I haven't seen it.
Never watched it. Never interested. I watched.
I heard it was good.
I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched the first 2 seasons of that and then gave up on it. And never watched Agent Carter.
I think I watched like 4 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I watched it. We watched it as a family because it was supposed to tie into the whole Avengers thing, and my daughters were younger and stuff. But they were the ones that are like, "This is getting lame. Can we just not watch this anymore?" And I'm just,
can we just not watch this?
And I was just like, thank God, because I was kind of just like, man, I'm watching this for my daughters, and they don't want to watch it.
I wanted to like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it just felt like lame X-Files.
Yeah, kind of.
And I was like, I just kind of every episode I watched that just made me want to watch X-Files. Like, so I just
they had some cool episodes and they had some cool characters, and then but there was so much filler.
Yeah,
like because I love the guy. I always say his name wrong. Greg Clark or Clark Gregg, however you say it. Greg Clark, I think his name is. I love
Coulson.
Yeah, I've loved Coulson. Like I've loved that actor for a long time. I thought he was great. Saw him years ago and stuff, and liked him ever since. So when it was like, oh, he's getting his own show, cool. It's like, but again, I just couldn't keep going. It just there was so much filler, so much like. It became so much like and this week we're going to do this, but it's not really important. And like, we'll get one little detail in the main story. And then next week you'll get a little detail in the main story where we're doing this side thing that's not important at all. And you won't remember, but then, and it was just so much of that was just like, I just make it 10 episodes and make it interesting instead of making it 24 episodes and spreading it out over like, little Easter eggs here and there. So I lost interest.
See, they're talking about Gotham in the chat.
Never.
Yeah. Well, it's on Fox. I feel like that's a show that really needs to be. At least let them say shit. I mean, it's Gotham.
Say shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's the Batman world. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to have blood, but come on. Come on.
Clean language.
Yeah. Language.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've never gotten into any of those. Like, I hated Smallville. Because
Smallville was so cheesily.
I hated it. Yeah.
I hated it because all of a sudden I had these kids going, "Did you know that Clark Kent and Lex Luthor were best friends in high school?" I'm like, "No, they were not." Where are you getting this bullshit? It's just like Smallville, it's true, and I'm just like, what the frick? And so I hated that, and then if you want good TV superhero stuff, Batman the Animated Series, it's like Justice League, Justice League Unlimited. But so Gotham, I watched 2 things of and gave it up. So what? Sorry,
the original Hulk television show from 40 years ago.
That was more interesting than Gotham to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch that over Gotham any day of the week. I don't care about Batman as a young kid. I really don't.
Where's your psychological torture, man? Like, where's are you even upset about anything? Like, oh God.
It's like, oh look, it's the Riddler before he's the Riddler. Oh look, it's the Penguin before he's the Penguin. Oh look, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. Yeah. Oh, but this person will turn into this person. I don't care. I'd rather just watch that person be that person.
Yeah, there is this weird all right, we can't do sequels. Let's do prequels. And
which they're doing a Joker
all
prequel.
over the place.
They're doing the Joker prequel where you're supposed to find out how Joker becomes Joker, which one of the things I loved about The Dark Knight was the fact that Joker just kept on giving different origins for how he gets his scars, which the first time I thought it was a mistake. I'm like, why does he keep on saying it? But it's like, the whole point is you're never supposed to freaking know. And so he's like, oh, you know how I got these scars? It's like, and then he tells a different thing every freaking time. It's like,
I hated him.
Yes. It's like, why so?
Tryouts. Are they bringing Justice League Dark to TV, or is that just a rumor that comes from John Steele?
All I know with Justice League Dark was that Guillermo del Toro handed in a script for a movie.
Oh, cool.
He and this is a couple years ago. He literally was like, I want to do Justice League Dark. And if you don't know, Justice League Dark is all the magic people in the DC universe basically being the Justice League for magic crap. And I read the comic. I love the idea. They did an animated one, which was decent enough. They had Batman kind of be the carryover between the two. So Batman hangs out with them and gets shit done. And Guillermo del Toro is the perfect person to literally do this, and he loved the idea, and he wrote a script and handed it to them, and they went, oh, thank you, and then never called him back apparently. So I don't think
those projects that's been in limbo for a while.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay just brought up, hey Lindsay, and Sean, they both said Linception. They both talked about Killing Joke. Why no Killing Joke movie?
Well, that's we got one. That's what they're basically doing.
Not the animated one.
Oh, no, that's what
this prequel thing is.
Yeah, it's because the Killing Joke is okay. The Killing Joke is partially the comic. Partially, it shows how Joker becomes Joker, which again is still not. You're never sure if that's literally how he becomes Joker and stuff. But that's kind of how he will that's what I've been told. It's literally he's going to be a comedian that can't make it, that suffers an accident, that blah blah blah. And
I could relate.
It's a prequel. So CP as the Joker.
Yeah.
In addition, man, you're like, hold on, I got lots of relevant work experience.
Lots of relevant work experience.
But yeah, they're doing. I don't know why they're doing that movie. It's gonna I think it's.
Is anything attached to it though? Is that director, writer?
Yeah, Scorsese's producing it. I don't understand. I don't
producing he produced The Snowman.
I don't know. I don't know, but why would he produce it? And I can't remember who was directing it, but and they have no it's not going to be Leto. So Joker, it won't so it's good. They're casting completely new Joker, even though Jared Leto is supposed to be still in another movie with Harley Quinn. Or
Jack Six says Todd Phillips directed. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips. Hangover. Todd Phillips.
Yep.
Yeah. That's who it is. Yep. He's right. So he's directing it. Scorsese's producing it. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know if they know what the fuck they're doing.
Bionic Woman. Good call.
So
Bionic Woman.
Oh, they're bringing that back?
No. The chat was just saying that they like that show.
Oh, yeah, it's a good show.
We've kind of diverted a bit. Oh, Roger in the chat. Roger, look, I'm glad you could watch this live.
Woo.
We're almost done, but just good to see you here.
What's up, Roger?
So I don't know. DC, I don't know what they're doing with their back thing. Like they seem to be doing that a lot with TV shows and stuff. Nolan. Yeah, I know. Seriously, I would beg the man. I'd be like, okay, listen, we're gonna give you 5 movies that you can do whatever you want with. Yeah. Give us 5 movies, so every other movie has to be a DC movie, and it's like fix our universe, and we'll give you 5 movies. We'll just give you a blank check, and if you want to make a movie about cheese string, make a movie about cheese string.
Mm-hmm.
Ask whoever you like. We'll give you $300 million for the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to do. Just fix our freaking, start it over again if you want. Do whatever you want. Fix it.
Yeah, please put a Band-Aid on our DC universe.
And then tell us who we should hire to direct the ones that you're not directing. And, and run it. But they're not going to do that. And I don't think Nolan has any interest in that. But that would be that'd be my dream. But, it's not going to happen.
I'm sorry. Luke just sent me a meme that's fucking hysterical.
Can you put it up on the screen?
I don't know if I can, but William Dafoe would make a good Joker. Yes.
He would make a great Joker.
Yes,
he's a bit old.
No, I'd take it. I don't care. That'd be amazing.
Well, he's a bit old if it's like his origin story. A Joker now? William Dafoe is, it's like...
There was a firefight!
There was a fire!
Fucking Lindsay. Lindsay, excuse me.
Yeah, every time, man. Every time I see anything like this, it's like, it's like, there was a fire.
All right, here's the meme that I almost broke the screen down with. I don't know if you can see it.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, so that movie comes out tomorrow. Last Jedi, The Failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Blu-ray. Yeah, sure.
On Blu-ray.
Sure. Is nobody getting it, or is it just me?
I can't afford it.
I'll probably get it. Yeah.
$25 for a movie is a lot of money, and I can. If I want to see it bad enough, I'm sure I could probably get it at a library or something like that. I want.
Oh yeah, and your free movies at the library.
I'm kind of waiting. I haven't bought any of this Star Wars, the new stuff, because I'm kind of waiting because I figured they're going to do a nice 3 trilogy set, or not their prequels. I don't want that crap, but that doesn't exist in my household. But the new trilogy, I'm assuming they're going to put it out as a nice set. So I'm just waiting, and I'm going to buy it like that. So
that makes sense. There's no reason not to. Honestly, you have to rebuy it all otherwise.
Yeah, they'll probably do that. So. Or by the time I'll just get it so that I can click a button, it downloads into my brain. Whatever, it's like wherever the technology's going. I don't know.
Mrs. Torrance has a couple of copies of it too.
Yeah.
Uncle Don, Mrs. Torrance, whatever you want to call it.
Donnie Torrance.
Donnie Torrance.
Let's combine half our audience together into one.
I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Johnny Depp is the Joker.
No.
No, let's yeah.
I don't want the Joker going. I don't know what about this.
He'll be all about the makeup though. If anything,
he'll be wearing a hat too. Unfortunately,
yeah. Signing up based.
Well, Joker wears a hat occasionally, but it's like no, thank you. I'd rather have Bill Murray as the Joker any day of the week than Johnny Depp.
Bill Murray would be amazing.
He would be great as the Joker.
Batman.
I'm
gonna kill you.
And everybody.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah. Bats, Jokers living together, mass hysteria, right there.
If we had to redo the Ghostbusters franchise, because there's that ghost core wing of Sony, which Sony now, what do they have left? Do they have anything left?
Ghost Core.
Yeah. So if you had to restart Ghostbusters with men, because just spitballing it, or men and women if you have to, fuck it. Who would be your 4 right now? Wow. Don't ever jump at me at once.
Nobody.
Well, I'm just trying to think of who else.
I believe they could do a better job on, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and we'll just dig up Harold Ramis because he'd probably be better than
Ghostbusters 3 is what you want to make? Bill Murray will never make that movie, but
I know he won't, but
Well, like if I were to do it, I wouldn't want it to be an improv comedy. I would want it to be a game night style comedy. You know what I mean? So it's like what? So him, Jason Bateman. So I'd want him in as a Ghostbuster. Maybe he's the yeah. Okay. So Bateman's my Venkman. Okay, so for like super nerdy one, just because out of respect for Ramis, you couldn't get anyone like Ramis, but we still need someone that comes across as like inhumanly smart. So what's
Charlie Day?
No.
Charlie Day is Ray. No, not Ray. Yeah, Ray. What's his name? Yeah. Well, no, the actor. I'm blanking his name.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. Charlie Day is Dan Aykroyd. What's his name from Big Bang Theory is Harold Ramis.
Sheldon?
Sheldon is Harold Ramis because we just need someone who's not human. The director would have to write his ass and make him dry. We're not going big and goofy. We're going intelligent and realistic here. But I think if he couldn't do it, we'll get someone else. But that's who I'd start with in the audition process. Right. And then for Ernie Hudson,
Dave Chappelle.
Donald Glover.
All right.
That's my Ghostbusters right there.
Jack Six's horrible bosses, horrible ghosts.
I didn't even think about that.
It's basically horrible bosses. Get the same directors from Game Night too. Fuck it, yeah. Jason Sudeikis, yeah, fuck it. And Jimmy Fox could be.
Jimmy Fox could be an answer.
Oh man, we just redid it.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Omar or Bukim? Omar or Bukim? Who's Bukim?
Are you talking about Omar from The Wire? Or are you talking about
perhaps.
Maybe?
Perhaps. I don't know. Roger, speak up.
Love that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Omar from The Wire is like one of the best characters ever. Omar's coming.
Woodbine?
Omar Woodbine. Yeah, that's a person. I've heard that name before, I think. I'm trying to sound cool.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Sure.
That sounds like a real person.
Bokeem Woodbine. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I need to actually watch The Wire one of these days and not just like.
I know. I have the whole series. I have yet to crack it. Yeah.
Oh, it is so good.
I've seen like 2 episodes. Yeah.
It is funny. It is a little dated now because of the technology, but it's so freaking good.
Bokeem Woodbine.
The guy who plays Omar is like the coolest character. Omar is like a guy that robs drug dealers. He's a drug dealer that robs other drug dealers. And he's got some of the best stuff. And everyone sees him coming and starts running away. And then he just saunters up with his shotgun. And Omar's coming! He's so cool that literally he goes out in his PJs to get a box of Cheerios from the corner store. And he stops to light a cigarette at a house. And the people are drug dealers inside the house, and they drop the drugs outside beside him when he's just like, what the? I don't want these. They're just assuming he's there to rob him, and he's just like in his PJs getting Cheerios. He's just that cool a character. Oh, he's so awesome.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So it's about that time where we
got to pick this week.
Pick the shit show that's going to be the week that comes up.
So, fourth place, Ready Player One.
Sherlock Gnomes is going to be number 1. I Can Only Imagine is going to be number 2, followed by The Apostle Paul, and then that Black Panther.
Somebody write that down.
No, don't
let me get my little.
Don't count that one. That was not for real.
Okay.
I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'm going to say Ready Player One 1.
Okay.
Black Panther.
I was going Black Panther 2. I was doing that too. Damn it.
Pacific Rim 3. I don't know.
I would go. I Can Only Imagine number 4. Believe it or not.
Is that what you would do?
Yep.
I don't know if I want to copy that.
That's what I would probably do.
I get, yeah.
Oh. Ooh, okay.
I'll say, you know what? Tomb Raider 4.
Tomb Raider 4?
Yeah.
It's going to make a big comeback, eh? And it's going to make double what it made in China for the last week.
Yeah.
That won't be hard.
Like, I could release a movie from my iPhone and make double what it made in China last week.
What? So it's I got Ready Player One 1, Black Panther 2, Pacific Rim 3, Tomb Raider 4. Who's next?
Okay, I got it.
You go.
Okay, so I'm going.
Bing.
Shut up, phone.
Bing. Oh, you're the machine that goes bing.
Yeah, it's the worst investment of my entire life. It just every now and then again goes bang, and I'm like, really? Why did I buy this? So I mean, it's silly pants to say Ready Player One's not going to be 1, so I'm going to go for that. Ready Player One is 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go Pacific Rim for 2.
Mm-hmm. That's not
crazy.
I know. But then here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to go God's Not Dead 3 for 3rd place.
Oh, wait. All right, so I'm changing my God's Not Dead is 4 for me. I didn't know that came out that week.
Okay. Yeah. So God's Not Dead comes out this week. So God's Not Dead GDN 2 for CP. And then my 4th is going to be Sherlock Gnomes.
Okay.
Maintaining.
Yeah. It's gonna be the new Greatest Showman. It's gonna sit in 4th place.
So swap out Lindsay. Swap out my Tomb Raider for God's Not Dead. I have God's Not Dead in 4.
No, I got you.
Okay,
don't worry. I'm putting in my house. I'm ready. Pacific. Oh, actually, no. I know. I already said mine, so I won't change it. All right, it's all yours, Peter. Take advantage of my mistake.
Hold on, I gotta. I'm looking at something. Give me 1 second.
Roger hears that Pacific Rim is horrible.
Oh, it's so not.
It's not. It's not horrible.
Lindsay loved it. Peter was meh on it. Lindsay thinks it's better than the first one. So
I liked it. I did not think it was great. I thought it was very entertaining for the most part, and it was fine.
Imagine the first one if it didn't take itself so deathly serious and had characters you cared about. That's my review of the second one. It's actually willing to have fun outside of monsters punching each other, and the main character is not a charisma black hole.
Although we were talking about the fact that how sad is it that Scott Eastwood is such just like he's just there in every movie. He's not. Yeah. He's so not his dad.
But that's what this one did right. So Charlie Hunnam just did not give a shit about the first Pacific Rim. He completely phoned in that performance, but he was the lead. But now we've got Scott Eastwood, who's like the fifth fiddle. So it's like, okay, sure, he's boring and uninteresting, but his character is like, it doesn't matter. His character is there to get hurt, so he's not part of the finale.
Lindsay,
that's the purpose.
Do you still have Mojo up? Box office Mojo?
I could.
Jeff Floyd says Tomb Raider might shock you with attendance. I'm wondering if it's per screen averages better than the rest of its soon. I hear the 3D in Pacific Rim 2 is really good.
I like it a lot.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I mean, like it was when I say I liked it a lot. It's a 3D movie that the 3D didn't bug me, so that qualifies as I liked it a lot. My 3D standards. Like, I forgot I was wearing glasses at one point.
That PCF life. Hey, Peter, we're still waiting on your choices.
No, okay. This is what I was looking at.
It's not trigonometry.
No. God's Not Dead. I was looking at God's Not Dead. Okay, so God's Not Dead.
How many screens?
Made 60 million. Okay, it's really interesting because its opening weekend it made 12 million, almost 13 million. Its next weekend it made almost 12 million. Next weekend it made almost 10 million. Then it went 8, 6, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, dude, if I can only imagine,
okay.
is
now. No, hold on. The second one, God's Not Dead 2, not the same thing.
It's a sequel.
It made 20 million.
Okay.
So from 60, the first one, to 20, the second one, and it made 9 million, 9.7 million its first weekend, 5 the second, 2 the third, 1 the fourth. So the first one had a lot of stuff behind it. The second one did not. This third one I don't bank on. So saying that,
that's logical. Yeah, that's completely logical.
Yeah. I was literally just checking the numbers out.
Lindsay and I just spitballed here.
I know. Well, no, it's only because I was literally thinking, I'm like, how much did the first one make compared to the second? And it's like 60 million, 20 million, third one. So I think I'm gonna go Ready Player One.
Peter's calling like mathematicians at Penn State and shit.
Yeah. I'm calling the Christian mathematicians. Okay, so if the movie had
Bring 'em young
in it, but this, it's like, okay, so I'll go Jurassic Park. No, sorry.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yeah, I'll say Pacific Rim. We'll go to Black Panther 3. Just because everybody's seen it so many times. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. It's just maintaining.
Yeah.
By the way, okay, so I had it. For Tomb Raider. Before you give your, in case you want to change it, Peter, because you still have the option. It is making about this last weekend about 7,582
per screen,
roughly.
That's really good. Yeah, that is really good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, no. It's not bad. All right.
Well, I mean, that's per theater. Is per theater is per screen. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'll put I Can Only Imagine in spot number 4.
Okay.
God's Not Dead, I think we'll make it for 10 million.
No, that's good. So okay.
So wait, Lindsay, can you back out and look at the weekend that was and give me the rundown of what the per theater average was on Pacific Rim?
The per average.
Roger.
Wait, oopsie. No, that is Pacific Rim.
No,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's 7,000 a screen. That's
I'm like, that's really good. Why is it making so little money? But
how many screens is it on? 2?
You're messing with me there.
Derp to derp. I must look at thing. I take thing from top list. Obviously, what I look for. Derp derp. Okay, let's go down to number 5. Number is $10,604,774 divided by 3,660.
Oh, that's not good.
Screens. Just shy of 3,000.
There are somebody in the someone in the chat.
28.95.
Someone in the chat mentioned this, so I got to do this. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Freddie got fingered. I don't know how that came up, but
I saw that. Sure. Someone mentioned in the chat, but I saw that in theaters opening weekend.
Oh wow!
Years ago.
It's going way back.
Yeah,
it takes balls to admit that.
With my friend Chris, and it was good times. Stupid dumb movie, but
Peter, keep in mind we're only doing Friday. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I don't know if God's Not Dead opens on Wednesday too, but
no, it's Thursday.
No.
Yep, and Isle of Dogs expands to a staggering 120 something screens, and
then I might put that in fourth place.
Wait, actually, insert Kill Bill music here as like the camera's like zooming in on my list. Like, anyways,
you guys suck at math. Where's the can't finish that sentence out loud.
Wait, what?
Now I gotta read it.
No, yeah, it's in the chat, and if you watch it in the future, it's in the chat. John, I can't repeat that.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're not saying that.
Hey, My accountant's not that. My accountant is. Oh wait, hold. That's also a racial slur. Never mind.
We watched Goodfellas again last 2 nights ago.
Oh yeah.
And I forget there's a scene where Joe Pesci's in the car and he says, "A Jew broad prejudice against Italians." Can you believe that?
A what?
He got a Jew broad prejudice against Italians. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Oh, good old
When's
Pesci.
that Irishman coming? Yeah, I just said it anyway. I don't know what the point is. But yeah, Isle of Dogs looks good. We were talking about it earlier. I think the thing about Isle of Dogs, and it's just ridiculous performance. It's like 50. What'd you say, Lindsay? 50-something thousand per screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Some crazy.
Yeah, I think the fact that the people that want to see that movie are going to find it. I don't think that'll hold like that. Well,
no, it's not going to hold like that.
Well, not like that, but I mean, even 7,000 a screen's pretty good. I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, 59,000, just shy of 60. So even more. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So my point before was, there's people that The Room sells out every week. That's because people go and find it. If you put The Room on 2,000 screens, it's not going to do 25 million.
Yeah, I was just looking on.
Yeah, it was 15th this weekend. Holy shit! Sorry, Peter, but Isle of Dogs with 27 screens.
I know.
15th place.
Isn't it insane?
1.6 million. And what was I think what is it? Death Wish was right under it or right above it?
Strangers Pray at Night is 14. Death Wish is 16.
And they're both on at least 1,000 screens, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
So I was just looking at Wes Anderson's gross.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's okay. Grand Budapest Hotel was being his biggest thing, which made just like 59 million.
Ooh.
Moonrise Kingdom made 45 million.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Mr. Fox 21 million.
Yeah.
Darjeeling Unlimited made 11, almost 12 million. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou made 24 million. Oh no, Royal Tenenbaums made 52. Oh, so yeah, it was the second
still
highest.
aren't.
And then Rushmore made 17, and Bottle Rocket didn't make $1 million because it was like, no one knew who he was at the time.
Right.
So like he doesn't make, like they keep giving him money to make films, and his films keep performing to what they need to. But
it's kind of like Kevin Smith. Like, he's going to make 15 million. You give him 2, but all you're getting out of him is like 15, 20.
Yeah. I wonder, it's interesting though, because Wes Anderson's such an interesting filmmaker that it's like, I wonder if they give him notes and crap, or if they literally just go, how much do you need? You need 40 million? Okay, we know we're going to make that back in theater and DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that. So here's your 40 million, do what you want, send us the film when it's done. Because like, I can't imagine him taking notes all that well. From the studio.
He's got a very specific style that I don't think you could really fuck with.
Yeah, it's the same like Nolan. I don't see Nolan taking notes going, oh, you wanted to change this part of my movie because test audience didn't like it. Okay, screw them.
I got $200 million on a dream movie.
Yeah. So
Amspray, and I made it work.
Like none of his films are big. Like for Wes Anderson, are big successes. Like 59 million is his biggest thing for like time. So, but I'm assuming they all make back their bank like massively. So it's one of it's one of those things. No, that's it. So it's just I found that interesting.
I'm just looking at some more statistics of them, and this is also super interesting. Isle of Dogs is his biggest opening weekend.
Yeah, I think it is.
Nearly doubling his second place one, Grand Budapest Hotel.
With only 27 screens.
Yeah. And then here's something else interesting too. He's made 9 movies. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have failed to be return investments. Bottle Rocket, The Life Aquatic, Darjeeling, and Mr. Fox. But the ones that make money always make double or 3 times their budget back. So he's got a winning record.
Yeah. Well, even the ones that lost money, right? Like even the ones that lost money probably made it back on Blu-rays and DVDs.
Probably the long run,
Like that's, I heard Kevin Smith talk about it, and he's just like, listen, if you make close to. He's like, if you what you make in theater, as long as your movie's decent, what you make in theater is kind of gravy because the money all comes from Blu-ray sales. Now that doesn't include like that's not Disney I'm talking about, but like for him, he makes generally $30 million per movie. Like he spend $20 million on a movie, he'll make $30 million on a movie. So he's just like they literally like he goes, they'll just keep giving me $20 million to make movies because I'm always going to give them a return on investment. And he's
actually,
like,
along that vein, here, check this out too. So starting in 2007 with the Darjeeling Limited. His movies are, I'm sorry, with The Life Aquatic in 2004. His movies have been steadily making more and more money on their opening weekends. Life Aquatic, 113 opening, Darjeeling, 134, Fox, 265, Moonrise, 522, Grand Budapest, 811. Like, those are, like, pretty big jumps up, too. Like, he's really making a name. He's doing pretty good for himself.
If you, not to pimp on another channel, but, what's it called? I think it's Screen Junkies or whatever that did a thing all about Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
like honest trailer for every Wes Anderson movie, and it's really funny because it's like it breaks down his style.
Dude, Patrick H. Williams does X-Men if it were directed by Wes Anderson.
Isn't it great?
It's hysterical.
It's hysterically funny. It's like, oh, you're the new guy. I guess you need a uniform. And it's like, what? We uniforms? It's like, it's so great.
I have to check it out. That sounds amazing.
Oh, it is really funny. It's check out Patrick.
And he also does Tommy Wiseau in Batman.
Yeah,
it's fucking hysterical.
He does a bunch of those. Like he doesn't do as many of them now because he's like concentrating on other stuff. But he's done a bunch of them, and they're really funny.
Peter, isn't it him that does the Point Break done like 5 different styles? Isn't that the same guy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Fuck. I want to say it's Patrick H. Williams, but there's a dude who does Point Break in 5 different styles, and I think Wes Anderson's one of them.
It might be.
Lars von Trier, I think, is one of them. It's just fucking hysterical.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's really funny, but he also is like really, really smart, and he's like a guy that like. He does a lot of video essays, but it's funny, he changed his video essays because he's like, I've been filming video essays like everyone else films video essays. He's like, where, we sit on a couch and talk. And he's like, I'm a filmmaker. Why aren't I doing these more cinematically? So now it's like, it's just walking through the woods and doing like zoom shots. And it's like, wow, you've totally changed the way a video essay can be. It's like, you've made it a little film. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'd pimp out his channel every chance I can. But
don't advertise the channels that do stuff that we do here.
Yeah, they don't do what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm just gonna do me, and you do you, and I'll teach you how to Dougie. All right.
Right.
I got a wife. I don't do me if I can avoid
it. Any last words, gentlemen?
I have to pee.
That's a shared sentiment.
In the words of Socrates, I drank what?
Sorry. Went right through me, let me tell you.
So Lindsay, do you have anything coming up?
I've been a lazy asshole this year, but at least for my channel anyway, I've been doing like a bunch of little web things with a bunch of my friends. Like I spent all day yesterday shooting a pilot for like a ghost hunting parody show. Like we're gonna try and make a few episodes of for the interwebs. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun. It's called Monster Punchers. I don't know. Exactly. Like
I saw the picture on Facebook of your cast shot thingy.
Hey, actually, you want to know something really cool about this project that gets you super hyped for it long before it's done? There's not one Lindsay in it. There's 2.
Oh, is there a she Lindsay?
There's a she Lindsay. There's a Lindsay.
Lindsay squared.
There's two genders of Lindsay.
I think it'll be good. I'll definitely spread the word on it once it's out. And I've got another thing I've been working on with another friend. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I've been distracted from my channel as I've been doing other things. So we'll see.
Liz, you on Stardust yet?
No, I really should get on that.
See, that's the lazy man's movie review thing. It's 30 seconds and you just fucking.
Yeah.
I love how it's basically what I used to do in my car before I got really bored with it.
Right. Exactly. what's funny is they'll repost a bunch of shit from people, and Emily's review of Unsane got put in their little commercial. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, good for her. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
She is prettier than you do.
So absolutely. Listen. I don't have a mirror. I just have a window. Just looking at her. Peter, other than being here in a week, do you have any?
Yes, I've been really thinking hard about my channel and been really excited to say that I'm still doing nothing. I basically I keep on going, I should make something for my channel, and then I keep on going, no, not right now. So yeah, I'm literally, you'll see me here on CP's thing and occasionally Brian Lomax's stuff if he ever invites me back. And Lee said I can be on one of his streams, so I'm gonna hold him to that.
That's the big time, dude.
I'm probably not going to be on Lee's stream, so I can't help Lee's numbers at all.
Poor Peter was reduced to a hi Peter during the stream a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, hi Peter.
Hi Peter. How's your sex life?
Yeah. So, but no, I'm doing nothing currently. I'm just goofing off on CP's channel. So look for me on CP's channel and in your local greasers.
Next week, I don't know what the fuck day will be. Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week.
Yeah.
Here, Emily and I just did a twofer. We did two videos at once, but there's a live commentary for, what is it called? That damn chick werewolf movie. It was that memorable.
I hope that's what it's actually called.
Ginger Snaps.
Ginger
Snaps. We have for patrons. We have a live commentary.
I
wanted those.
Yeah, yeah, Lindsay, you can watch it if you want.
I like those cookies. Ginger Snaps.
Yeah, no, they're a little hard. I didn't realize how fucking ridiculous they were. Concretey.
Yeah. You got a good one though.
We have that, and then we have like a little vloggy thing that's coming out soon, and then I Love Dogs. I'll watch it tomorrow night, so maybe Wednesday the review will be up, and then Thursday, Ready Player One.
Woo!
And Emily, they're saying hi.
Hello. Lindsay also says hi.
Lindsay also says hi.
I know we've never actually talked, but hi.
You've never talked to her?
I don't think so, actually.
She is Britishly charming. It's amazing.
Well, if she's got CP, she's got to be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't mean
that sarcastically.
Yeah. Right.
I realized after I said it, that might have sounded less serious than I meant it to be. Like, I'm trying to say she's probably a good person. Like,
I don't know if Ginger Snaps is on Blu-ray.
I don't think so.
Reality, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff coming here, and just stuff for Lindsay to watch later.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, and we'll see you in a week to tell you that Pacific Rim is long gone.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Jim.
Farewell.